Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on the weekly time frame, and I have the visual range volume profile indicator pulled up here. And I got some boxes drawn over here. We have our pink parallel channel and no other lines on this chart except for this red one here. I'm not really sure what that is. Anyway, it has something to do with this guy. So I just kind of want to go over something that Gerber Baby and probably others are saying that we need to do. We're looking at the Bitcoin structure that is building here. You can see that we built structure here between 25,200 and 19,500 in this nice little box here. And then we built structure on top of that up to like about 32,000. Looks really, really nice. Nice little step here, nice little step here. And then we get to this range and we just kind of have this thing going through here. And you can see we've got a big hole right here between 34,000 and 31 and a half ish, something like that. There ain't a damn thing in there. That ain't good. We don't have any support there. Now we kind of have a hole here too, between 25.8 and 24 and a half. But whatever. We got a lot of structure above it, and we got a lot of structure below it. Kind of got a hole here too. So apparently got a hole here too. So apparently these little holes are okay as long as you got structure in between. But this is a pretty big hole here. And so it would make perfect sense in a lot of people are thinking incorrectly, as they may be, that we need to come back down here and test and maybe put in a little bit more work in this area. Well, they're not looking at the bigger picture. Because you can see as I do this, what happens. Apparently nothing. Oh, there it goes. Well, we got a lot more structure up here, but we still have this hole here. Well, maybe if I just went over here a little bit more. Now what happens? Give it a minute. Oh, look at that. We got this little hole filling up right here, don't we? Yeah, we got that little hole filling up and we got a lot of structure forming up in here. So if you just zoom out, look at that. Look at how nicely we have this filling in here. We even filled that up a little bit more. Tiny bit. But look at that. No more holes really in here. And actually this, that was a big hole, this actually has more price action in it than we did down here. So we got a nice, solid structure here because we have all this that we have added to all this price action we had back here, which was significant, as you can see. So we have a lot of support in this area already. And we actually have quite a bit of support in this area here because we had this double top. We built a lot of structure back here. Where we didn't have structure until we did all this was right here. So it made perfect sense that once we came up here and fell out, that we spent a lot of time in this area filling up all this where we had no structure. Now, Am I accurate in saying that? I don't know. Let's zoom out some more. Yeah. So here's our previous all time high back here. And as you can see, we had a big hole right here. We had all this support here, but we fell through that. And we fell down, which would have been to here had it not been for the FTX collapse. And we spent a lot of time filling in this hole here. So I think that we're done. We are done here. We have all this support. We have all this support, structure that we built. Built this, built this. That's why we moved up quickly through here. Bitcoin said right here at 31, hey, I'm giving it a 5 minute, I'm giving it a retest on the 5 minute, and then I'm moving on because we already got all this back here. Now, here we got some stuff going on with the ETFs and grayscale and what have you. I don't think anybody's really certain where all the selling pressure's coming from, but it's a kind of a just a whatever. But even with all that selling pressure, look at this nice weekly candle that's getting all bought up here. We've got a ton of selling pressure, and it's all getting bought up, and we're not really dumping. I mean, you can call this a big dump here, but look at that. That was really a pump. It was a fake out to the upside. Essentially, we've fallen from 44 down to 40. So, yeah, look at all this stuff here. Now, what I believe we will do is come back, move. So, look at, you can also see that we are on the, well, I want to get rid of this, but not really. Um, you can see that we did come down to the center line of this parallel channel here and have bounced off of that. So I doubt that we're going to be heading back down here. Anything's possible. I mean, we could come all the way down here if we wanted to. I mean, I can't say that that's not going to happen, but it's highly unlikely. It's highly unlikely we come back down here, especially when you. No, we can't do it now because we're on a weekly time frame. I was going to pull up the daily Gaussian channel, but and when I do that, well, I will in a minute, actually. So, I believe that we will come back up here. You know what? Let me do something right now, and I will pause and come back to you in a. All right. During the commercial break, I made this bar pattern here, the fractal. It's fractal from this price action right here that we just had back here in the beginning of the year, of last year, actually, because we're in a new year. So if you take this fractal pattern and you put it like right over here, that looks very reasonable as to what could happen right now. I'm not saying this is exactly what's going to happen. I don't think we're going to come all the way down here for one, but I think it's very reasonable to conceive that this is what happens. This is what we do. Now, what is that there? That's about 57,000 right here. So I think we get up to at least 58, probably up here. Um, That's what I think we'll do because look at the volume profile here. I think we'll pump up probably to 58, but then fall back down and fill in this little hole here. And certainly this price action would do just that. I don't even necessarily think that we will. Well, let's see where we are. Oh, that's 45. And where does this take us? I'll be damned. This takes us right to the halving right here. Um, so I think that we will pump up here and then kind of have some sideways action. I think we're going to continue to see lots of money pour into the ETFs. The grayscale Bitcoin um, selling pressure will subside, and that's going to drive the price up here. It's going to get crazy. It's going to drive the price up here, but then possibly the money coming into the ETFs slows down, starts to slow down. And then we see a bunch of sideways action and not come down as far as this. Now, I believe that the halving will be at about 48,000. Why? Because it's always at this first. It's the price action is always around the same level as this first whatever first high after we drop down here. So that's at about 48, 50,000. Or was it this one? Yeah. Okay, yeah, because we're on a weekly time frame, so this is looking a little bit different. This is the level that I chose right here. Maybe it is this one up here. Anyway, somewhere around here, 48, 50,000 is where we should be at the halving, right around here. And that actually coincides right here with the middle of our channel, our pink channel. So everything kind of fits together here. And then from there, maybe come up to the top of the channel, come back down one more time, and mid to late June, early July, we start the parabolic bull run right here. This is what I proposed since way, way, way back here. And it seems to be playing out. And it makes perfect sense. But we'll just see what happens. Let's get rid of this guy for now. Let's move you way up there off the screen. Now, so I believe that we're done discussing that. But one other thing I want to point out. So since we built all this structure here in this bear market and previous bull market, when we do well, we'll see what happens once we get past here. What kind of structure we build up here. I don't think Bitcoin's going to come down. It's certainly not going to come down below this high during the bear market of next bear market. Anyway, and possibly it doesn't even come down below 100,000. So, but we'll discuss that later, and I will be back. I hope you had a chance to nuke up a big bag of popcorn while we were gone. Now, and at this point, I would like to bring up as well on your YouTube channel, you should have a wheel like this, a little settings cog thing. And if you click on that, you can increase the playback speed or slow it down if you want to. You know what I did? I was listening to Wendy O earlier, and I slowed her down to half playback speed, and it was so funny. She sounded so drunk. Oh boy! So Anyway, you can increase, like for me, you'd really want to increase the playback speed to like 1.5 probably, and I will sound completely normal for the most part. Now, so that's that. I'm going to turn off these little uh, rows over here on the side. We're going to turn those off. And we're on a daily time frame now, and we have the Gaussian channel pulled up as well. And so if we were to come down here to retest 31, 32, whatever, as a lot of people think, or as a lot of people want you to believe, because they want to scare you and they want you to sell so so price will drop and they can buy it more at cheaper prices. And then you can come back and buy in when we're up here and go and FOMO in, going, oh shit, we didn't dump. I'm going to buy in up here. So they want you thinking all backwards, is what they want you doing. So if we were to come down here to 31, 32, look where we would be in reference to the Gaussian channel. We'd be way over here. Do you see anywhere else that we have done this? Yeah, here in the bear market, here in the bear market, here in the bear market, in this deep red area. Sure. Even over here, it's arguable that, yeah, here in the bear market, yeah. So, yeah, if we're going to start a new bear market, then yeah, maybe this is possible, but not in a bull market. Not, not over here, like where we're at now in relationship to the cycles. No, we come down maybe to the bottom of the. Here we didn't even come down to the bottom. We came kind of just below the mean band a little bit. Here we came down, poked out the bottom a little bit. Over here, yeah, we fell through. This is part of the bear market, and this was COVID. But even over here in this accumulation area, we fell out quite a bit. But that, I mean, look at how much we came up here. We came up 330%. Yes, we've come up a lot over here. Come up a lot over here. But it's only like 90, a little over 90%, not even 100%. So, yeah, that's why I'm saying we're not going to see a major pullback until we get a little bit higher here. And then I don't even think we will. Going to have to get up here, up here. Maybe if we come out of this parallel channel up to like maybe up here, that would warrant a pullback back down into the channel. Something like that. We come up here out of the channel, that would get us back over here. Now I don't have my blue and white and green channels here. Oh, I do have my green channel. And I want to show you something. I'm a little bit organized with this chart, a little bit better organized. So I can turn these things on and off. There's our green channel right there. And if you watch the previous video, which I would suggest you do, is pretty good, although it's kind of long, I think. Um, our new pink channel is perfectly parallel to the green channel, just just taking in a little bit different price action. Um, so, all right. So I turned off the Gaussian channel. We are on the weekly time frame still, and I have the moving average ribbon pulled up here with the 20 simple moving average weekly. Um, In white, the 50 in blue, the 100 in green, and the 200 in red. Now, this is the previous bear market and bull run here. Um, and I think most people agree that we've gone through our bear market and we are in this phase right here, pre parabolic bull run, in this accumulation phase. Now, if you zoom in here, yeah, so I believe this is we're somewhere in here, and that this will begin in late June, mid June to early July. We'll start going like this, I believe. Um, so here we are over here, and what do we do when in this phase? We stay above the 20 simple moving average, weekly moving average. Let's see if we did it in the previous one too. Pretty much. Since here we come down to it, and we did wick through it here a little bit. But this could arguably. So we had the bear market here where we were below the 20 weekly moving average. But once we start into the bull market, come down to it, we did or the accumulation phase here. We did have this wick here, but other than that, yeah, it stayed above it. And here, same thing. Other than that, this is arguably still part of. Well, this is the bear market here. Who knows? But anyway, bear market here below the 20, came up out of it, and did fall below it here. So that wasn't good. But so the point being is that we need to stay above this 20 weekly moving average. And this is just one more piece of evidence that there's no way in hell we would be going down into anywhere below 36 and some change here. That's going to move up. So even 37 and a half. There's no way in hell we're going below that. And if we did, it'd be very bad. And everybody would be sad. We don't want that. Where's the 200? The 200 is at 30,500 right now. So, yeah, that's just one more piece that gives us support in saying that no, that's not going to happen. Now, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, well, okay, so I'll just do this without shutting anything off. Let's go to the 1 hour and let's turn those guys off. There we go. Oh, you know what? Let's stay on the daily. Sorry. That's not the daily. Come on. And we can look at the RSI. Oh, well, now this is good. And we are in the green now for today. We've had three green daily candles in a row. That's nice. Oh, no, now it's red. I gotta keep my mouth shut. Don't look at it, you guys. Don't look at it. So looks like we could be crossing up above the moving average here very shortly. We're headed that way. And looks like we've had a nice little reset here, and we are ready to start moving upwards once again. So I believe I don't have the stochastic RSI, but I imagine it's at the bottom and ready to turn up as well. Let's look at us on a 1 hour time frame. You know what? I am going to pull up a different chart. I'm going to go away and come back. Alrighty, so here we are on a different chart. It's very, very messy. You can see over here on the right hand side that Bitcoin futures is trading at $320 premium to spot for the first time in many, many, many days since we started dumping after the ETFs were released, approved. Um, and that just happened. That started as the futures reopened for trading at 3 o'clock in California, whatever that time that is in the rest of the world. Um, so that is good. Also, here we have the stochastic RSI. It's ready to turn back upwards here. And but you know what? Before we look at the hourly, let's go to a 5 day because I just want to see something here that I haven't looked at yet. Now, let's see. In here, we should have the BBWP indicator, and it is. Well, I don't know when we're closing. Why doesn't it say when? I guess it wouldn't say when we're closing. Anyway, it is down at 10.32% here, so it's just about at extreme lows. And let's see when we close. Oh, we are closing in 14 hours today. That will be closing. So that's nice. Um, well, so take that for what it's worth here. And go to the hourly now. We can get rid of this. So, if you remember from the last video, I did take this green channel here. Boy, this is really moving slowly. This green channel slanting upwards right here. Pulled it from over here where we've had similar price action. Whenever we move upwards, like we moved upwards right here, traded within that channel, moved upwards right here, traded within that channel. And similarly, we trade at a slope like that. So I merely cloned one of those and pulled it over here, and sure enough, we are climbing right up that channel right there. Now, we did move outside a little bit. Instead of moving the channel over, I just drew a line that is parallel to the channel, and we seem to be following that pretty darn closely. And we are hitting resistance right here at this white line. Does anybody know what that white line is? Raise your hand. That is the top of our white parallel channel. So that has been significant resistance for either resistance or support. But yeah, so we struggled a lot to get out of there back in October. Can I go all the way back to October here? Struggled. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. It was in November, right? What did we do in October? Well, October, we just started moving up. We struggled with the blue parallel channel here and then busted through the blue, busted through the green. Wait a second. What? Oh, there's the white. Busted through the white first right here. We were having all these lines were holding us down here. I gotta stop drawing those lines. Maybe if I stop drawing these lines, we just shoot straight up because nothing would be blocking us. Anyway, back here is when we were finally broke above the white parallel channel on the 1st of December, actually. So it wasn't too long ago. And here we've fallen back down through it. And it is acting as resistance very, very clearly. So these lines that I draw, as you can see, clearly have a big role in the price action. Um, so once we break above this, probably going to shoot up to right around here, I'd imagine. But also note that we are also holding this green line as support, which is the bottom of the bull flag channel here that we've been trading in since this high, since here. This up like that, down like this, up here to the center line, back down, and fell through it here, but only to a line drawn parallel to that channel, and even with price action down here. So that's good. And it's good that we didn't come down to the second one, which was where we did have wicks down up here. So that was good that we held right here. We're now reholding this green line as support, holding this white line as support, but getting stopped by this white line, which is the top of our channel. So hopefully we can bust through any minute now. We ain't got much more room. Ain't got much more room here. We're on a 4-hour chart. So we got one, maybe. How much time we got left? We got 2 hours and 50, almost 3 hours left on this candle. And then another 4 hours, so 7 hours. And the time is, what time here? In that's 107, 4 hours. So that's like market open. Market open, U.S. market open is going to be a big, big deal. What happens here? Do we dump down one more time? Possibly even to this line? Or do we pump up? I don't know. I do not know. And actually, nobody knows, and none of these indicators are going to tell you. It all has to do with whether all those guys with all the Bitcoins are going to dump them or not. Hopefully they're done. I don't know. All right, like, subscribe. See you next time, and don't forget to increase the playback speed on my videos. It'll just make you feel better, probably, and shorten the time that you have to listen to me. Okay, thank you. Bye.